This is the strangest housing market I've seen in 20 years. If you only read the headlines, you'd think the housing market was doing one of two things. It's either crashing or it's the strongest market seen in years. But when you look at the data, neither headline is completely true. The reality is far more interesting. Take the country's largest housing markets. In Washington, D.C., homes are still moving quickly. Half of the homes for sale don't even last 30 days on the market. And buyer demand remains strong with a buyer demand index above 62%, one of the few major metros that still clearly favors sellers. Meanwhile, Miami looks almost like a different country. It has more than 43,000 active listings. Half of the homes take more than 80 days to sell. And the buyer demand index has fallen to just 26%, making it one of the weakest large markets for sellers. New York is somewhere in the middle. Inventory has grown modestly. Demand remains balanced with a buyer demand index near 50%. And half of all homes are still selling in under 42 days. Then there's Texas. Houston has more than 33,000 homes for sale. The buyer demand index has slipped to 33%, and median listing prices are down about 3.4% from a year ago. Dallas is holding up a little better with a buyer demand index around 44%, but it's no longer the ultra-competitive market buyers remember from a few years ago. Even markets that once seemed unstoppable are slowing. Median listing prices are down roughly 8% year over year in Los Angeles, about 5% in Phoenix, and more than 4% in Tampa. Yet Atlanta is still posting slight annual price gains despite softer buyer demand. So how can all of those headlines be true at the same time? Because there isn't one U.S. housing market anymore. There are hundreds of local markets. Each one is responding differently to mortgage rates, affordability, inventory levels, migration patterns, insurance costs, and local job growth. National averages blend together markets that have almost nothing in common. For homeowners, that's becoming a real problem. If you're thinking about selling, you don't really care what the national market is doing. You care about one question. If I listed my home today, how likely is it to sell? That's a very different question, and the answer depends on much more than price. You need to know how many competing homes are on the market, whether buyers are actually writing contracts, how long homes are taking to sell, whether sellers are cutting prices to attract interest, and whether demand is strengthening or fading in your neighborhood. Those are the signals that tell you who's really in control, the buyers or the sellers. That's exactly why we built SoldScore at Primpted. Instead of relying on yesterday's national headlines, SoldScore measures what's happening in your local market today to estimate how likely your home is to sell if you listed it right now. Because in today's housing market, yesterday's headlines are interesting. Knowing your selling position today is valuable. See your SoldScore instantly at Primpted.com.